Hi everybody, Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me, and this is what I've been making today. I'm getting ready for Halloween, so stay with me and I'll show you what I've been doing. The supplies that I'm using today, I'm using some paper from the Toil and Trouble DSP, Designer Series paper, and I need some pieces that are about 6 inches by about 5 inches. You could use 6 by 6 squares, they would be fine. And I'm just going to use a selection of the papers. I'm going to use the Spooky Sweets stamp set. I'm going to use my treat pouch framelits. I've got Memento Tuxedo Black for stamping, and I'm going to use grey granite for sponging. And I've also got some scraps. This project is a great scraps buster, so I've got some basic black, some gorgeous grey, some pumpkin pie, and some granny apple green. Those are nice Halloweeny colours. I've also got a whole pile of different punches. So I've got some of my large circle punches. I've got those off camera. Got my 2 inch, 2 1/4 inch, and my starburst punch, and I'm also using the spooky bats and the cat punch, and yeah, whatever else is going to take my fancy. So stay with me. Here they are, ready to go. I've put tape on this edge on the side that I'm going to have on the outside of my pouch, and if I flip it over, on the 2 long sides I've also put some tape, and I'm going to start by taking off the backing and on this tape, and I'm going to roll it back a little bit but not too far. Okay, on the inside, just so that I have don't try not to stick it on the table, that's not a good idea, just so that I've got a little space for the adhesive to stick. And I'm just bringing the top edge and the bottom edge together, just keep them nice and straight. And there you go. Now I'm going to take off the rest of the backing on my piece of tape that's on the inside, and I'm just going to squash my bag flat so that that seam is down the middle of the bag there, like that. Okay, so far. Alright, so now before I go any further, I'm going to pop in my treats. Have I got room in there for 2? No, just going to be the one there. Okay, so I'm going to pop my treat in there, and now I'm going to take the backing off the tape on this edge, the top edge, make sure that nothing's going to stick to it, and I'm going to close it on the other way. So can you see what's happened? So that one stuck down, and now this one is stuck in the other orientation. And I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. Okay, and I'm back. So there we are, that's one little treat bag. I can pop that on one side. This is the other style that I did, and for this one I put my tape on what's going to be my outside ready, and on the inside I've put tape along that bottom edge, but I've only gone between the 2 edges of the curve there. Okay, I could have gone all the way across, but I don't actually need to. So that is going to be my my guide. So just going to start this tape off, just take away the background, and if you're going to make up a whole pile of these, I mean, you could quite easily do this, you know, just sitting in front of the TV in the evening. So do all of your cutting and your prepping first, and then sit down and watch Strictly, my favourite programme, Strictly Come Dancing, or whatever is the programme of choice. Doctor Who is starting soon again with a lady doctor. It's going to be exciting. And just sit in front of the TV at the weekend and just make your treat pouches. Now for this one, the first one that I made, I had that seam going down the centre of the bag at the back, and this one, the seam's going to be at the side. And it doesn't matter. Right, really does not matter. I just found it easier to make it so that it guided me to the middle of the pouch. Okay, so for this one, so have I got a treat that will fit in here? Yes, that one will. Or I could be, would a pack of buttons fit in? I think that might be too big. Yeah, it's too big. So we'll go with the little Kit Kat. Okay. Once again, take away the backing strip. Make sure nothing's going to stick to it. Press it down, and there you go. A different shape of treat pouch. Now, I didn't do the one that makes into like a heart because I'm making Halloween treat pouches, and I didn't think it went too well. But do you know what? If you wanted to, you could. So next thing I want to do now is to decorate it a bit. And here are my treat pouches, and they're absolutely fine, just as they are. But I want to decorate them up a little bit. I want to put some tags onto them. So I've got some scraps card here. I've got my basic black, granny apple green, pumpkin pie, gorgeous grape. And again, this is a good project for using up little scraps. I've done some fussy cutting on the Toil and Trouble DSP, so I've cut out a pile of the pumpkins. I've sponged that one because I'm going to use that one in a moment. And I've got some witches' hats. I did a whole half sheet of them. There they are in my little bag there. And I just, for most of them, I just sat down and I just fussy cut them out. But I did do a few using my Cameo, using the Pick Scan mat, which I've never been able to get to work before, and then found I'd left a piece of packing tape in place. And when I took that off, it worked just fine. So there you go. Right, I've got a load of punches. So I've got 2-inch, 2 1/4 inch sunburst, and I've got my spooky bats, and I've got my cat. And I'm just going to sit down and punch out a load of those and just play basically. But I've decided for my first one, I'm going to probably put that on to the cats, just like that. Stay with the theme. So I've punched out the cat in basic black, and I've got one of my fussy cut pumpkins, and I've taken my grey granite ink and sponged over, and I've just sponged around the edges because I wanted a kind of grungy look. Going to do some stamping. What should we have? We have Happy Halloween. Got my Memento black ink. Cut this one out with, as you can see, with the stitched shapes, circles. And this is the, not the largest, but the next to largest one. But for the rest of them, I'm probably just going to go with the punches. Okay, so that's on there. It's smudged a bit. I'm not going to care because I'm going to be covering things up. So let's get my little cat. Where are you, little pussycat? Bit of wet glue. Could be a dimensional. Could be, if I wanted it to be. But I'm not going to. So let's move him around so his tail isn't covering my message. And my pumpkin. Just put my cute little pumpkin on there. There you go. And there I have a tag, a label, whatever you want to call it, liquid adhesive because it's quick. You could use dimensionals, you could use whatever you wanted to, and there you go. So there's that one. let's make another one. One for this pouch. So what should we have? Let's have the gorgeous grape and punch that out. And the message on this one, what have we got? Spooky sweets. Don't know what the cat's up to. I'm going to have to go and check in a minute. And again, I'm stamping it kind of, don't want it centered, I want it off center. Going to do a little bit of sponging. Go, doesn't take long. And let's have the Starburst Punch and the Granny Apple Green. Let's pop that along there and let's layer up a witch's hat. And I'm going to use this one, or it's too similar. Ooh, what about this one with a spider? Suits you, darling. Yes, okay. We'll have that one. Oops, did I just dip that in the memento? Give that a quick wipe. Take off the take off what I don't want. Dry it on a cloth. Right, let's go back to the grey granites. Now I could leave the white edges there if I wanted to, but I've decided I don't want to. I want to have something a bit grungy and a bit spooky, and I'm going to put the lid back on the memento ink so that I don't make the same mistake. Okay, so bit of adhesive. Oh no, that was silly, because now that's just kind of blending into the background. Wasn't thinking there. Never mind, not to worry. Got a bit of pumpkin pie here and a 2 1/4 inch circle punch. My excuse is that I've got, I'm suffering from a cold at the moment, so that's my excuse for everything. It's my excuse for sneezing, and it's my excuse for getting my getting my colours wrong. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? That stands out a little bit more. Okay, so again, a little bit of liquid adhesive, and this could be a dimensional if you wanted it to be, but I've got my wet glue handy, so I am going to be using that. And it's quick and there's no faff. Okay. So there we go. I've got 2 of them. And I'm just going to carry on making as many of these as I think I need for Halloween. And we'll be good to go. This set of thinlets gives you the option to make 3 different styles of bag. You can have a treat bag that has got like a double curve at the top and it looks a little bit like a heart, which would be cute for Valentine's Day or Mother's Day or something like that. You have another one which gives you a single curve, and you have one that just gives you straight across. And I'm going to show you how they work. So this piece here, This is the main piece, and you use this with all 3 styles of bag. I've got it upside down at the moment so that you can see that here and here and here we have some little marks, and they're going to make little crease marks in your bag. They're not going to cut all the way through, they're just going to give you a little indication of where you need to put your tape and where you need to fold. So that's pretty cute. So to use it, if you put it in like that, it's not going to cut out a whole piece of paper for you. So let me have my cats the right way up. They're standing on their heads at the moment and it's annoying me. So I have my cutting platform, I have my thin die adapter, and I've got one cutting plate here. Now on my base die, my main die at the top, I have one little piece at this edge that is sticking out, so I'm going to call that my outie, and I've got another piece which is like a slot, so I'm going to call that my innie. Alright, and if I pick up, let's do the curved one. If I pick up my my single curved die, or any of the other 2 as well, I have also got on here, I've got an innie and I've got an outie, and again I've got 2 little notches that are going to help me fold. So it's just like doing a jigsaw puzzle. I'm just going to fit that piece. So I'm going to put my outie into my innie, and the same thing on the other side, and I'm going to push them down and make sure that they are fitting snugly together. Alright, shouldn't be any gaps, shouldn't be anything wobbling around. And now I can take that over to the big shot and cut it out, and then when I come back I can actually change my mind, and this time I'm going to have the straight piece, and again there's an outie, there's an innie, and they match up with the corresponding places on the main part of the die. So I'm going to go over to my big shot, I'm going to cut one of these, and I'm going to cut one of these, and then I'm going to come back and we'll go on to the next step. And here are the 2 finished pouches. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cutting out a whole pile of these, as just the treat bags, as many as I think I need, and I'm going to be leaving them flat until I'm ready to put the treats into them. And I'm also going to make up a large number of these, again 1 per bag, and I'm just going to put them on one side, and then when I'm ready to put the treats in, I just pop the treats in, close them up, and pop on a label. So that is it for today. Thank you very, very much for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Would be absolutely thrilled if you came back and saw me again sometime. And if you did like the video, don't forget to click that like button, because it really does help my channel. For now, see you again sometime soon, but bye bye.